G'day Flipsters, it's Seamus here, aka Flipster Doofus. I'm on Christmas holidays now. I haven't had a shower yet, I'm still in my pajamas. I don't know why I keep doing YouTube videos before I shower and tidy myself up, because Lord knows I need all of the help I can get to be presentable to the public, but I just tend to wake up feeling pretty excited about my eBay business and come out here and then I think, oh, before I do this and that, I should make some footage for my YouTube channel par excellence. So here I am. I've sold a couple of things overnight. This bit of tat here, this shark, or as I discovered, it's called a shark pedo because it's not because it's called a shark pedo because I guess it's shaped like a torpedo. It's a pool toy. Anyway, it's definitely a piece of tat, but I found it at the side of the road in a hard rubbish pile. And I actually got a couple of other things that day, and I nearly left this one there, but as I was about to drive off, I looked at it and I thought, bugger it, I don't know, it's calling to me. So I got out the car and put it in my car and drove away, and I listed it, and yeah, it sold for, I can't remember, 20 something dollars plus postage. So it, you know, I don't know. There it is. People buy the strangest things, huh? Someone out there was like, damn, I need that shark. So one shark off to somewhere. And I also am feeling very happy because I finally got rid of this great big bloody JVC 3-disc DVD player that I've had kicking around for a while. I paid a little bit too much for it. It was before I knew much about selling DVD players. I paid 20 bucks for it, which I shouldn't have. And it has no remote, which is really why I shouldn't have paid 20 bucks for it. But nevertheless, I did. And it's finally sold now for 70 bucks. So there'll be a little bit of margin in it, but frankly, just happy to get rid of it at a small profit. And I've sold lots of DVD players since then. Well, I've sold a few, maybe 4 or 5 since then. And I know now that you always want to have the remote control because then they sell quite quickly and for good margin. So we were visiting my relatives in the country over the weekend, up north near Euroa. And we popped into the op shop that was open. There's 2 op shops in Euroa, but we popped into the one that was open on Sunday morning yesterday and had a quick look around and found a couple of cool things. It was about to shut, so we didn't have much time, and also I couldn't get any reception on my phone, so comping things I didn't know about was a bit hard. However, I took a punt on this one, which is The Last Express. It's a PC computer game, you know, an old one, and they asked for $3 for it, which I was happy to pay, because I think I'm going to get somewhere, not sure yet, but somewhere between 40 and 70 bucks for that. 70 bucks at the top end. So let's just say, even if I only make 40 bucks on that for $3, that's pretty good. Hopefully 10 or 20 more. I know to look out for these now because I read Flip Weekly, which is a great email newsletter run by a pretty funny guy in Sydney called Matt, who writes a great email newsletter about hunting down interesting items to flip, and he gave the advice in his newsletter once about looking for these little bad boys in the game section or the jigsaw puzzle section of op shops, because apparently sometimes people don't realize that they're a computer game and they just think they're some sort of game, and they put them there with the board games and whatnot that aren't really worth anything. And you know, they're a thing. People collect them. Don't know why. Maybe nostalgia. Actually, I think I read somewhere once, maybe it was the same Flip Weekly email newsletter, that people collect them and put them on the shelf. So I don't know why you would do that, but I'm happy to sell it to them if that's what they want to do. I also got this juicer here. Now, I paid 15 bucks for it, which I feel like I didn't want to spend that much on it. Maybe 5 or 10 bucks I would have been a bit happier, but I could probably sell it for maybe 40 bucks. Again, I haven't done heaps of comping on it yet. I haven't had time. But when I did quickly comp things there, again, because my phone started working again for a couple of seconds, I noticed that people were selling the parts for $15–20. So I might sell it as a job lot and make, you know, $20–30 profit, or I might break it up into bits and sell off the bits. So I'm not quite sure yet. It's a Juicer Man Junior, so it's kind of a retro, well, not retro, but a vintage looking juicer, I think. I mean, it looked kind of oldie worldy to me, but maybe they look this dorky still. I don't know. Anyway, actually, I've got the manual here. Does it say when it was made? Is it interesting? Is this good YouTube? I don't know. Probably not. But someone will buy it, and I'll make some profit, and that's all that matters. So, yes. Now, I'm going to wrap the Shark and the DVD player in a minute and get it sent off. But also, I got these DVDs for free a couple of weeks ago in the pell-mell busy time before Christmas, and I didn't have time to even open the plastic bags that they came in. It was one of those Facebook Marketplace deals where the person was like, they're on the veranda, just take them. Thank you very much. So I did. The reason I went and picked them up was because in the photo he showed that they were multiple series, not necessarily complete, but it's always worth grabbing things in the same series when it's free. This one is a Smurfs box set. I'm going to guess that's worth not very much, but we'll see. There's a Back to the Future trilogy box set. Again, I'm not expecting that to be huge, but I bet you it sells. There's a Star Wars trilogy box set. New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. So it's the original films. Doubt it's going to pay off my mortgage, but it'll probably sell. Then we've got episodes, or no, the first 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 seasons of 2.5 Men. I don't know how many seasons there are, but maybe somebody wants the first 5 seasons of 2.5 Men. I mean, 5 seasons of 2.5 Men is better than 2.5 seasons, or 5 men. We also got some Big Bang Theory complete second and complete first seasons. Probably not a biggie. 30 Rock season 1 and 2. Again, I'd actually prefer if they were like the second last and the last seasons, because they'd be more likely to sell. But anyway, maybe we'll end up with the full season at some point and we'll be able to sell that. Friends. First season, second season, 4th season, 5th season, 9th season, and 10th season. Now that could be pretty good. Again, I don't know how many seasons there are, but maybe I can end up with the whole set and flog it off, or maybe I can just sell them all like this because somebody's like, oh, I really want the 10th season and the 9th season, so I'll just buy all of them. What else do we get in that same haul? This is all from the same free marketplace pickup, which was just around the corner. I mean, it was just a 10-minute duck out in the car, and I reckon it'll be worth it. So it's a bunch of Gordon Ramsay. Hell's Kitchen Season 4, Kitchen Nightmares USA Series 1, Kitchen Nightmares USA Series 2, Discovery Channel F-18 Hornet. Okay, that's not Gordon Ramsay. Ramsay. It's a hard word to say. Ramsay. But we do have another Kitchen Nightmares complete collection. Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares complete collection box set. So I reckon I can put those in there, and I reckon they'll sell. I've got a vague memory in amongst all the busyness of comping them, and they were worth it in themselves. Going around the corner using words is difficult. It's early morning and I haven't had a shower and I'm smelly and I need to wrap these things up. So bye for now. It's Seamus Anthony, aka Flipster Doofus, here once again. It's now Wednesday morning or Tuesday morning. I think it's Tuesday morning. It's Christmas Eve. It's that time of the year where you start to not know what day it is, which is kind of wonderful. Anyway, I'm just quickly popping out here because I'm not the kind of person who would be obsessive and think about work all the time and come out here and work on his eBay and reselling business on such a hallowed day as Christmas Eve. Lol, yes I am. We do have a family do to go to today, but I need to pack something that sold yesterday, which I'd like to send today. So yesterday was quite interesting, or the last couple of days. So not yesterday, but the evening before, my good wife opened up our Depop store for the first time, and she started uploading a lot of clothes and shoes. Clothes and shoes are not something that I know much about or have a great interest in, except when I can make money out of them, and then they become very interesting to me. But all the same, there's a lot of detail in clothes, and I find it a little overwhelming and boring. I start getting very sleepy when I think about it. So she's doing the listing of these items because she knows stuff, sizes, the difference between the different sizes in the different regions of the world, the brands, the materials, the eras, the blah, 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 which apparently a large percentage of the population find fascinating enough to shell out lots of money on, which is great. eBay, we have some clothes and some shoes listed, and every now and again one sells, but it's not super fast on there. And apparently the word on the street from the youths in our life is that Depop is the place for us to be selling more clothes and shoes, so we're giving it a crack. And 24 hours after we'd opened up the shop with a small sample of maybe 15 products or so, we had 2 sales and did $120 in revenue, so I was pretty happy about that. We sold in my opinion, a fairly ordinary looking pair of Birkenstock sandals, although my wife tells me that the condition of them is pretty good, even though the sole looks kind of a bit brown and stinky to me. But apparently the sole is in good condition, the leather is in good condition, and I found them on a hard rubbish and brought them home because I thought maybe they'd be worth something, and you got the thumbs up from my wife. Anyway, someone's sending me a message on Christmas Eve at 9 o'clock in the morning. What is that? Someone said, awesome. I don't know who it is. I don't have the number in my phone. But they're right. I am awesome. So, yes, those Birkenstocks. Now, that person sent me a message saying they didn't want us to send them to her until after the new year because they're away. So, no worries. I haven't bought them out. But the more exciting sale was these things here. I forget the name of the brand. But it was an op shop find, and not very much was spent on them, and they sold for $70. We listed them for 80 and we accepted 70. There seems to be a very strong counter offer culture on Depop, which I'm loving, because I'm the one who's doing everything after it's uploaded. I'm then negotiating the sale and all that because Letty doesn't enjoy that aspect. They sold for 70, so I'm going to wrap them up and send them somewhere else in Melbourne. Something else interesting happened last night, which is that I had this little doll here, or I have this little doll here, who is quite old, 50s or 60s. At the garage sale where I bought her, I did some quick comping, and I sort of figured out that she was what's called a Pedigree doll, was worth maybe $200 or so, I thought. So I paid $50 for her at the garage sale. I would have negotiated if nobody else had been there, but there was a couple of other people who were holding her and were looking at her and all the rest, and so the pressure was on, so I just accepted the $50 price tag straight away. And I've had it for sale now for a while, and it's got a few watches. And last night I noticed that it had 8 watches actually, and so I sent out an offer of $175 after having listed it for $200 because I thought, look, let's just get it out the door. Then I got a message from somebody saying, does it have Made in England written on the back? And I said, no, I don't think it does, because I had a look and I did notice some of the comps had Made in England Pedigree, which is the brand, on the back. And then this person sent me another message saying, actually, I think this is a rare Australian Pedigree doll. And she sent me a comp of one which had recently sold for $495 plus postage. And I was like, whoa, and I just sent out all these offers for $175. So I figured out quickly you can't retract the offers, so I just cancelled the item. I just ended the item, and I've been doing a little more research and a bit more messaging with this kind stranger who's helping me to understand more about it. And I'll probably list it for, well, I'll certainly list it for a much higher price than the $200 that I had it, and I'll change the listing to specify that it's an Australian one. It seems to be a thing online that people pay a bunch of money for, and I'm more than happy to make more money than I thought I was going to in the first place. So I'm going to list that again soon for, I'm not sure yet, but I'm not sure if it'll be $4.95 like the one that she showed me, because that was very, very shiny and very restored. So maybe $400 or $450 or I don't know, even $350. Obviously, I'd be pretty happy with that. So we shall see. But that was interesting to learn. So I know a lot more about these Pedigree walking, talking mama dolls from the 1950s and 60s. So this little baby girl here is worth a lot more money than I initially thought. So hurrah. All right, well, that's all I've really got to say today on Christmas Eve. I'm going to put this little girl carefully back where she sleeps, and I'm going to wrap these shoes and send them off, and then we have a family Christmas day today. But I'll be back soon, no doubt, with more adventures in flipping. So thanks for watching today. Blah, 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 blah. This is where I should stop talking. Flip you later.